How are you?
See? Yes.
Okay, so as we ended last season, you just sort of vanished. And I know you can't tell us when Castiel comes back or how Castiel comes back, but...
Episode 2.
Can you... Really?
Yeah.
Cool. That was amazing. I feel so magical. There's a trick there. I feel really powerful right now.
But that is flashback purgatory.
Right, okay.
But you will see Castiel again.
So we will see Castiel and Dean in purgatory.
Yes.
Okay.
Will he be dealing still with the repercussions, sort of healing Sam and the way his sort of psyche became kind of fractured?
Tumblr.
Like we saw him kind of lose his mind a little bit, but kind of in a charming way.
Yeah.
Will he still be
he's
sort
in,
of suffering?
I think that he's kind of in survival mode in purgatory, so he's dealing with the issues that he's dealing with.
It might kind of wake him up a bit.
Forcing it, the adrenaline is forcing him to be a little saner. I think I'll get closer to these microphones. It's come here, babies. So I think that the circumstances partly, this is actually conjecture partly on my part, but yes, he's more sane.
Okay.
There may be further explanation as to why that is, but I think that it's probably primarily just that he's forced to be.
Thank you.
Did you have fun doing that whole, as he was sort of losing his marbles? Was that a good time on set?
Yes.
Making peanut butter and jelly and whatever?
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. It was fun to play with. It was it took a minute to find its footing. It was a little, because Ben and I came to the set with wildly different ideas of how that was going to go, and then we went like that, and then we went like that, and then we got there.
How insane were Ben's ideas?
Well, all of Ben's ideas, I mean, he's truly pathologically insane. Ben has an amazing mind. It is awesome. I could just watch him like a television show for hours.
He's written and directed 2 really significant Castiel
episodes. Yeah.
So do you feel like you have are you guys really in sync, or do you feel like you still go head to head with him?
Oh no, we don't go head to head. We kind of I love working with him. Yeah, he's fun. And he's also very extemporaneous on set and playful with it, and it's interesting because usually the writer, in every other instance actually, the writer is not up there and is not directing. So you get the script is delivered to the director and the actor, and we have to sort of just do exactly what's on the page, or get into this whole rigmarole of calling back to LA and can we change something. But for the most part, it's not changed. But when Ben comes up directing a script that he's written, he's much less precious with the dialogue, and for him it's still a creative process that's unfurling, and he's still writing and tweaking, and so there's a more playful quality with it. And also Ben is insane, so that makes it a fun romp too.
And he said yesterday that Castiel is his favorite character to write.
Yeah. Well, I assume that that's true of all the writers, but whatever.
Yeah. But he admitted it. When he's there, how much do you collaborate on what might be said when that is changing for him?
You mean like on set?
The rapport seems good.
Yeah, the rapport is good. So I would say more so with him, and it's probably because he's both writer and director, so he feels like he has the latitude to do that. But more so with him, I think, than any other directors.
I believe I read the Angels come back into play this next season.
Yes.
Do you know how that affects cast? Because he's been a lot of separation last season from all that. Do you know how that affects cast? And, is it what you expected?
No.
How you expected it to affect him?
Nope.
Not at all. Totally out of the blue.
Yep.
Just give me more. Tell me at least like what you were feeling when you were reading the script.
Well, it's not script. I just have season arc, broad brushstroke ideas of what they're thinking. And
you don't have to spoil anything, but how did you? I mean, you were shocked because of.
No, good. I think I felt good. You know, I think that there's always a bit of trepidation when you. I actually just found out this morning talking to Jeremy, and there's always a bit of trepidation when you're at the beginning of a season talking to the showrunner. Like, all right, so tell me, what is it? What are we doing? What's going on here? Because you don't know. They could be, you know. You could be in a coma for the entire time, or what. You just don't know what they're thinking, and there have been a lot of curveballs for Cass's storyline over the last several years. So I was relieved when he told me what it was, that was the emotion that you were asking for. So there you go.
We've seen a lot of sort of versions of Castiel. Do you feel like this season we'll see a new version of Castiel, or is it more consistent with what you've done?
I think it's more of old Cass, I think.
Like original Cass?
Well, it's not like we're not pressing hard reset and erasing his memory and going from there. He still has all of his past experiences. So he's not the same. He's not quite as naive as when he stepped off the boat, but he's more of the old guys.
Do you think the time in Purgatory will help to repair the relationship between Cass and Dean? Or is it possible to repair those relationships between like him and Dean and Sam?
It's possible. I'm not sure. I actually don't know how that's going to play out. So yeah, I'm not positive.
I forgot what I was going to ask.
I'm sorry.
Do you ever disagree with it, where the writers are taking your character, and do you have any say?
No, I don't have any say. And I have had moments where I felt like I disagreed with some. There have been moments in scripts, and actually it's usually been when Cass is somehow playing the fish out of water comic foil, where I'll read something and think, guys, this is bullshit. You know, all of a sudden Cass doesn't understand this thing that he's been dealing. There have been a lot of instances where he's suddenly such a fish out of water for comic relief that didn't quite make sense and weren't quite consistent with the character thus far. But that's been the primary thing for me. And it's not a lot, but every once in a while I'm like, this is we're kind of forcing it here, guys. This isn't quite.
Do you voice that though? Or?
I have. And I'll get duly noted. So go do it.
Considering all the time we have.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.